Once you get the rope over a branch, tie it off to the base of the tree. Nothing really left to do but... Nothing really left to... I'm in danger.
I could do this.
Okay. Nothing really left to do but fall, I guess. Let me level with you. I've got a really bad habit of telling all my secrets. So that's what this video is about how I made this video, how I did the rigging, how I did the music, and for the 3 or 5 people that wind up watching this, thank you. Your support is appreciated. Alright, so I'm just going to watch it, and then I'm going to talk about how I made those parts, and I'll show you some clips from it as we go. If you haven't watched the video that this making of video is about, then this video won't make any sense. You need to go back and watch that video. You can watch that by clicking this goat right here. Why goats? I don't know. I like goats. You know, a better question is, why do you hate goats so much? Yeah, alright, that's okay. Hey, it takes all kinds. Goat haters and lovers alike. Alright, here's how I made this thing. People are asking where I got the cool music from. It's a place called Epidemic Sound. If you want to have cool sound on your videos, go to them. Except for the musical instruments. Believe it or not, those are all me. By the way, that upside down scene gave me a massive headache. I hope you're happy. All in all, this video was a blast to make. It was really fun. I spent about a month on it. I spent way too much time. My wife kept saying, you know, what if you put in all this effort and nobody watches it? And my response honestly is, I don't care. It's so much fun to make videos. It's so much fun to do this. It's always been on my bucket list to learn how to make these kind of things. Yeah, why not?
What is there to do in a tree?
What?
Here's a goof up you can find. At some point in the editing, the video got off kilter, so my intro, where the free-falling thing burns, is kind of off the screen. It gets fixed about 2 minutes later, but it's a goof.
Look at those guys. The little hooves. Those guys are great. Alright, anyway. Look at those guys. The little hooves. Those guys are great.
For the old Disney fans out there, the narrator voice from the swing segment, where I'm just staring at the camera obnoxiously, is the ranger from the Humphrey the Bear Disney cartoons in the 1940s. I don't know if you remember that guy. He always walked up to Humphrey the Bear and he said, "You take too many baths." That's what that is. So, not that you cared, but now you know.
That's not a throw bag. That's a banana. An actual throw bag.
Oh yeah, last video I posted, somebody told me my throw bag looks like a banana, and so I said, well, why don't I just mistake a banana for my throw bag then? Makes sense. Alright, this hammock scene was really, really strenuous for an old fat guy like me. Scrambling up into that tree multiple times, over and over again, hauling up gear, hauling up the hammock, getting my points set, hauling up cameras. It was a real pain. If I do something that I really want to get the shot on, I don't just set up one camera, I set up as many cameras as I can so that I have a chance of maybe getting some footage I can use and I don't have to go and do it over again. So in this case, I put cameras everywhere. I had cameras sitting out in the driveway. Most of this shot is from the camera sitting out on a tripod. I also take my phone cameras and I'll set them on the ground pointing up. That's what that is. I hung another camera up in the tree. I actually broke my tripod in the tree, my bendy tripod. I did the peace sign because I felt very Mission Impossible hanging off 2 ropes. It was fun. Alright, somebody asked me how I rigged all the instruments, the guitar and the tuba, up into the tree, and getting it up at that height. If I had any safety lines on it, how I managed that. Here's one of the secrets I'm going to spill. If you watch, there's a transition shot right here, where it shows me from the top of the tree playing down into the hammock, and then it cuts to a camera down below. and shows me looking up at the hammock. If you notice in the above shot, there is no camera down there below. There's no camera suspended in the air 20 feet off the ground. When I switched views to below, I'm actually about 3 feet off the ground, and my son was handing me the instruments one at a time as I was going to play them. So I didn't have to rig anything. It wasn't as dangerous as it looks to haul a tuba up into the tree. Tubas are about $1,500. I got this at a thrift store, so it was not. But tubas are expensive. I wouldn't haul it 20 feet up in a tree. All right, the pumpkins. Man, I've been sitting on this one for 2 years. 2 years ago, some guy made a comment-ish on the Tree Buzz forum, and I thought, oh, this is so funny. I got to do this. I got to do it in real life and recreate this pumpkins in the tree thing, because it just cracked me up. So I had to find a way to rig those pumpkins so that I could release them remotely from up in the tree and haul them up into the tree without them falling on me as they went. That's how I developed the first remotely releasing pumpkin rig. Here you go. Pumpkin harness. Check. Rigging, check. Release mechanism. I've got this nail. Check. Okay. And then in theory, if I pull this string, we should get a release. We did it. Oh wait, it wasn't recording. Just kidding. Beautiful, huh? All right, but that was funny. The other number two, I had to put in something of real content and not just jokes in this video. I really do want to promote recreational tree climbing. So I reached out to Chris Coates, and he helped me out with information about how competitive climbing works, the associations involved, provided me with some links to videos on it. Tim Cruz was kind enough to give me the videos that he shot for that. Very grateful to you guys for helping out with this. I couldn't have done it without that added bonus in there. You guys make me look legitimate, and that's hard to do. Okay, the bell sequence was fun. All I could find was a Christmas bell, and so I went with that. You'll have to use your imagination if you want something more serious. And this scene is actually the one that cracks my kids up more than any other in the video, is me kicking around in that tree trying to reach the bell. They think it's funny. As long as my kids think I'm funny, I'm okay. I was really worried about getting the pizza shot. And yes, the pizza actually was delivered. There actually was a girl sent out from a pizza company locally here that I ordered from and delivered it. She did a fantastic job. She was so nice about the whole thing, even putting up with me being up in a hammock and having to deliver it that way. I was so worried about not getting this shot that I set up 4 cameras. I had a cell phone on the ground pointed up at me. I had a camera on a tripod on the ground in the driveway. You can kind of see it in a couple of these shots. I had another camera in the tree above me, filming down to film the whole thing there. And then I had my cell phone in my hand, and I was filming by hand with that because I didn't want to miss this shot. I didn't want to have to order another pizza or go up another day or do whatever to make this work. I wanted it to be genuine. And all of my batteries died. All of them, except for the camera on the ground. This one here. That camera went straight through. It was a cell phone. The other cameras, even my cell phone in my hand, died. I was so mad. I got down, I checked all the footage, and right as she walks up with the pizza, all of them kick off. So by that point, the weather was already turning bad. I couldn't go back up that day. I had to go back up the next day and film all the pizza shots at the top. I saved one piece of pizza in that box. I climbed up the next day and got the shots all over again. So I guess you can say anything from my art.
Not bad.
All right. Donald Trump. Absolutely no relation to anybody living or dead. If there is any resemblance to any movie stars or TV stars or political figures in any way, it's just your imagination. I've made fun of the person you're probably thinking of for years, since before he had his own TV show. And I walked around quoting him and making fun of the silly stuff he says all the time. I'm just doing it here. Don't take it personally. It's a funny YouTube video. I'm not trying to make some huge political statement by it, other than tree trunks are dumb. There we go. I said it. I'm not going to take it back. If you want to know how I did the annoying orange tree trunk kind of thing, I actually couldn't find a quiet place where I liked the sound, so I wound up recording this in my car. Here's the original. I sat in the car, I got a utility work light out of the garage and set it on the hood.
And it doesn't belong here. Buckthorn is illegal.
And that's me sitting in my car talking like Donald Trump. I had my daughter off to the side yank the ripcord to drop that pumpkin. She did a great job. Dropped it right on cue, and then I pieced it all together afterwards. We even called the dog back and forth to get it to walk in front of the screen to liven things up a little bit. Anyway, this thing was a blast. I'm glad you guys watched it. I'm glad you had fun with it. Feel free to subscribe, or don't. I do this for my own enjoyment. If you get something out of it, hey, that's great. If it inspires you to climb a tree, awesome. If it inspires you to save a tree, awesome. If it inspires you to go out and just admire the tree in your yard and say, wow, thanks for being a tree, awesome. Winner, winner, pizza dinner. So get out there, enjoy the trees, climb safe, have fun. We'll see you next time.
That was freaking awesome.
That made a popping noise. Oh wow, is that some good bits?
Like the sound of a human head.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Alright, now we gotta dispose of the body. Let's throw it off. Let's throw it off here in the woods. Now just squat down like you're gonna sit. There you go. Good. Now you got it. Okay, bye. You did it.